Getting everything set up, so bear with me while I do that. Testing, one, two, three, testing. Set. Okay, the sound looks to be working. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday evening. Obviously, Bitcoin did get a small pump to the upside here as we get ready to get going. Right now, the crypto fear and greed index is still in fear. But I did sell two local tops. On Zcash, I sold it, and as well as on Bitcoin. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I will show you. So I do know how I'm doing it. It's just, I'm having fun out here. Today was a fun day. Um, I was in the trade for about 11 days. I entered the trade Tuesday when we had that crazy dip. No, I entered the trade Friday when we had that crazy dip a week and a half ago, and I just sold the local top tonight. So right now, the crypto fear and greed index is currently in fear at 34. Yesterday we were sitting at 29. Last week we were sitting at 38 on the crypto fear and greed index, and last month we were sitting at neutral on the fear and greed index. So right now we're sitting at 34. I think anytime anywhere near 10 is a good time to accumulate more Bitcoin. But that is just my opinion. Usually, whenever you're at 10 or lower, that's usually a very local bottom. So we're not quite down to 10 yet. Do we keep going lower or not? I will tell you what I believe is going to happen next. Bitcoin did try to get the bounce earlier today. It kind of got a nice bounce, and I told you a few days ago, I wanted about $114,000 to exit my long. That's what happened, and we really didn't go any higher than that. So right now, let's go over to Bookmap, and I'll show you where all of the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. Right now, on the left, you have the monthly. Still a lot of liquidity up at 115. On the right, you have the daily time frame. We still have a lot of liquidity still at 115. We have some at 108. I still see more at 115. So I still think we could get up to 115 here, but we do have to find some kind of bottom. Bitcoin's just very in the last hour, just bounced off of 110.3, $110,300. Now the question is, can we continue that bounce to the upside? So that is really the question. Can Bitcoin get the bounce? So that's kind of what happened. So my Bitcoin bot. Let me show you on the 10-minute time frame what happened. My bot sold about all of the Bitcoin that I had in a trade, about $3,000 worth in spot right here. So it was a kind of pretty small position, but it did sell right there, and that was the highest candle today, which is pretty amazing. It sold at 114,000 exactly. The highest it went was 114.33. It sold the top within $30. That is, or maybe it was within 100. But either way, that's very impressive. That's crazy to me. And now the 10-minute time frame right now on Bitcoin looks like it's trying to make a bear flag here, about to roll over. Look, this stock RSI isn't getting. I mean, that's about to be a lower high. It doesn't look very good right now for Bitcoin. So to sell the top within $100, I will take that every single day of the week. But this looks pretty bearish to me right now for a continuation to the downside. I would say this: if Bitcoin does not break back above about 111.3, I would be looking for more downside on Bitcoin, and you could take a short on this. This is not financial advice. This is just what I see going on in the markets right now. Bitcoin does look more bearish than bullish to me on the 10-minute time frame, and my bot still has not rebought into a long yet, suggesting that things will continue lower. So I'm not in any trades right now, but I do see Bitcoin in a bear flag right now on the 10-minute time frame. 8-minute time frame almost overbought. 7-minute time frame was overbought, and now it's at the top of the bear flag. So I definitely see a clear bear flag to me on the 7-minute time frame for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin tumbles, the rest of the market will likely take a tumble as well. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. Remember, we're live on YouTube and TikTok as well. But I see, where I see the rest of the night probably continuing to the downside. So we'll see what happens. Now the 7-minute time frame is up, trying to touch the 200-day moving average. If you lose a 7, I'd be looking for the 8-minute to be lost at 110.3. I just see more downside here for Bitcoin on the smaller time frames. And Bookmap does say if we do go lower, the next target is 108, and the bear flag says 107.6. So at this point, I see about 108,000 coming back again for Bitcoin. That's crazy. We went down to 108. You got to move all the way up to 114, and now we very well and likely are going to go back down to 108. So this has been a very volatile day in the Bitcoin market. Gold's down 5% as well. So it's been a very interesting day in the crypto markets. And I somehow sold the top. I don't know how that happened. So the 50-minute time frame is silver, so that's a good sign. 1 hour time frame is a lot more to go on the downside. 4 hour time frame is just kind of meandering around. You got rejected off of the 4 hour 200-day moving average for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin to me doesn't look good. So I would just watch the 7-minute time frame. If Bitcoin cannot get back above $111,300 tonight, I see more downside for Bitcoin, probably down to 107.6. So that's the level to watch for a reversal back to the upside is 111.3. Otherwise, I'm bearish for Bitcoin. I'm not going to short this right now. I made a little money today. I'm not going to chase a short or long. I'm going to wait for clear market conditions. Maybe a bottom or something, I'll re-long that. But for right now, Bitcoin does not look good to me, and I will leave it at that. Bitcoin, I would be looking for more downside into the rest of the night. Okay, and then on Zcash, I had a very small position on Zcash as well. I got in, maybe it was back here. I sold right here. Now that wasn't the local top. Zcash went all the way up to $309, and now it's right back down to $270. But I made a little bit of money on Zcash as well. Zcash has been one of the hotter tokens, and I believe it also just made a new all-time high today. So if you're looking for an altcoin that's performing well while Bitcoin is kind of struggling, I would be looking at Zcash for where that could be. So Zcash all-time high is about 309, and we'll see what happens. 4 hour time frame probably needs to come back down on Zcash, but I'd be watching Zcash. I'm not in any trades right now on it, but I would watch Zcash right now for consolidation and then maybe a pump later tomorrow. For me, it's been a kind of fun coin to trade on and off over the last few weeks. So I will be watching Zcash closely here as Bitcoin kind of goes sideways. So, but right now, let me see. This could be Zcash could be really making an ascending triangle here though, and then looking for a continuation back to the upside here. So, Zcash still looks bullish to me right now. As long as we hold, I would say the level of about 184, which is a long ways away. So actually, I would say if Zcash can hold 240. You're probably still bullish on Zcash. If we stay above 240 on Zcash, I see more upside for Zcash, and I do believe Zcash is probably one of the hotter altcoins while Bitcoin is kind of meandering down. But again, going back to Bitcoin tonight, if we do not break this level right here at $111,300, then I see more downside for Bitcoin down to about 107.6. So, and a confirmation of us breaking down, I would say it would be a move below 110. So that's my update on Bitcoin. I'm more bearish than bullish for the rest of the night, and I will kind of leave it at that. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. But right now, Bitcoin looks more bearish than bullish to me, and I just see more downside right now for Bitcoin. I do appreciate the likes. Thank you for the likes. Bitcoin looks like we are going to get a tumble to the downside. That's just what I see. I'm telling you what I see in the markets. The markets don't look great to me. At least Bitcoin doesn't. Now I want to go look at gold because I placed a fun bet on Kalshi that I think Bitcoin is going to outperform gold this year. Right now, people believe that there's an 80% chance that gold is going to outperform Bitcoin this year. I think Bitcoin's going to have a rally into the end of the year, and maybe I'm wrong. So we'll see what happens. But that was the fun bet I took on gold. Gold right now got a bottom off of 475. Will that hold up? To be honest with you, it's like in a bear flag right now. So gold to me looks bearish still. And then, this is like the smaller time frames. Gold looks like you are going to take another tumble. So gold right now, I'm looking for about 38.71. But then you also just zoom out on gold. You see that the stock RSI on gold is curving to the downside. So that could make a higher low, but that's the 5 and 6 day time frame on gold need to reset. The weekly time frame on gold is resetting right now. I could see something like this happening for gold into the rest of the year. And this is the weekly time frame. Every candle is 1 week. So, an idea that I would be playing for the next 3 months into 2026 is that gold might revisit about $3,500. And if Bitcoin goes up to 140,000 by the end of the year, 130,000, which one would be outperforming each other then right now? I don't know. But I could see $3,500 coming back for gold sometime by the end of the year. It might take 3 to 6 months to consolidate on the weekly time frame, but I see gold probably consolidating here, or on the weekly. So I'm looking for a pullback on gold right now. Bitcoin right now, I said if you lose 110, I see a confirmation. It just seems and I see a confirmation that you're going to dump to 108 or 107.6. So Bitcoin's very close to that 110 level. If you hit that level, to me, it's very bearish. And I'd be looking for about 107.6 to be playing out of this bear flag here on Bitcoin. So again, for the rest of the night, I'm not in any trades. But if I had to call it either way, I'd be looking for a move to the downside here. Bitcoin losing the 7-minute 200-day moving average. The next major one you could look for would be about the 15-minute 200 sitting at 109.9. Then the half hour sitting at 109.6, and then the 1 hour, which you're about to lose right now. So I see downside for Bitcoin. I see, if we lose 110, then I see 107.6 coming for Bitcoin. If we can stay above that level, we could be okay. Maybe we can make this into a falling wedge. So I gave you the bearish idea. Here's the bullish idea. That this is a falling wedge, and we're just going to rip right back out of here. It's possible. It's possible this is a falling wedge. We rip right back to 117. We'll see what happens. But for me right now, if we lose 110, it looks like we're going to have a bigger dump to the downside. So this is make it or break it the rest of the night. You either make it this falling wedge and get the bounce, or you continue this bear flag and dump to about 108,000 for Bitcoin. This is the key moment for Bitcoin for the next 24. I would say the rest of the night, the next 1 to 3 hours will determine where Bitcoin's going to go over the next 1 to 2 days. So that's where I stand with Bitcoin. Those are my two ideas. I think it's most likely we roll over, but I will see what happens. If I had to trade it, I'm not in a trade, but if I had to trade Bitcoin anyway, I'd be looking for a short on Bitcoin with a move down to 107.6. So, appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. I appreciate that. Let me see. I don't see any requests right now. So I guess that's going to kind of wrap it up. Zcash right now. I'm not in any trades on Zcash either. I'm out of both Zcash and Bitcoin trades. And I probably sold Zcash and Bitcoin within an hour of each other earlier today, both hitting the take profit. I told you Zcash is one of the higher coins. I see it in a ascending triangle on the higher time frames. And on the 15, though, I see a falling wedge here. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin continues to dump, but Zcash wants to rip to a new all-time high of maybe about $330. So Zcash, this is my bullish idea. The bearish idea, which I kind of see now, is a right shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Here's your neckline right there. So, at the end of the day, I'm not entering long on Zcash, but I'm giving you the falling wedge idea and then the head and shoulders idea. Now, if this is the head and shoulders, then there's your measure move. Back to the bottom of the channel, about $200. So, if Bitcoin dumps, I guess Zcash could as well. So because I don't have a clear direction of the market, I'm not in a trade. But I see Bitcoin dumping if you lose 110. If you don't lose 110, you're technically still in the clear based on what I see in the market, based on what I see in the charts. It's been going to zero. Bitcoin's gone up on an average every single year about 40%. So to say it's going to zero is kind of diabolical. It's pretty insane. Bitcoin. So in my opinion, Bitcoin's definitely not going to zero. Anything's possible, but I just think it's consolidating, and it is what it is. And if we're about to start a bear market, so be it. If we're about to start a bull market and continue the bull market to 130, 140,000 new all-time highs for Bitcoin, that's fine by me too. I don't mind if we go into a bear market, though. It just gives me another chance to accumulate more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. If we pump to new all-time highs, it gives me a chance to make money probably slightly easier than if we're in a bear market. I think a lot of people can trade better in a bull market than in a bear market. But if we go in a bear market, then I just accumulate more Bitcoin. It's pretty simple in my opinion. But as far as going to zero, yeah, probably not. Like, I don't think Bitcoin ever goes below 80,000 again. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't see that. And because I think that, I don't think we're due for a bear market yet. But again, we have a bear moon coming up here in a few days. Maybe it's tonight, maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know exactly. But I know that's coming up. And usually whenever that happens, you get a pullback. So we'll see. So, yeah. That's kind of my update, guys. If we lose 110, it's over. As long as you stay above 110, then this can become a falling wedge, or you can get a move back to 116. Remember, Bookmap has liquidity on both sides, up at 115 and 108. So it really is a toss. It's kind of a dice roll what happens here at this point. I see both scenarios. Because I don't know, and because I don't have a clear sense of the direction of what's going on, I'm not in a trade. Now, if you lose 110, I could enter a short, but beyond that, that's kind of all I got. The trend's your friend until the end. I will say on Bitcoin right now, the trend is to the downside because you are below the 4-hour 200-day moving average. As far as I'm concerned, as of right now, it looks like you got rejected off of that earlier today. So that's my update on the markets. I'm not in a trade right now. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll be uploading some YouTube shorts tomorrow with an update on the market. Until then, trade safe. I wouldn't be in a trade overnight. It just looks kind of 50-50 at this point. So that's my update. Appreciate the likes, and I'll see you guys on Saturday at 9 p.m. Central Time for the next live stream. Until then, trade safe. Always use a stop loss. And if you are unsure of where you think the market's about to go, maybe just take the day off or the night off of trading. That's just my tip for the day, but that's not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing tonight. That's all I got. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Okay, I gotta remember to actually end